Brexit deal done. Big buzz among Tory MPs as UK finally heads towards agreement. A Brexit deal is increasingly more likely as the UK is moving towards wrapping up trade negotiations with the European Union, an insider claimed. BBC Newsnight political editor Nick Watt reported a big buzz among Tory MPs as the UK is heading towards a Brexit deal. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the next few days would be decisive in the post-Brexit trade talks with the UK. Mrs. von der Leyen indicated that fishing rights remained a major obstacle to a deal but suggested some progress had been made on the so-called level playing field issue, the measures aimed at preventing unfair competition between the UK and EU. Mr. Watt said, "This afternoon I reported there was a buzz among Conservative MPs that the UK is moving towards a deal with the EU. There is such a febrile atmosphere at the moment as my report led to a spike in the value of sterling. It is important that I did report nothing had been confirmed yet and these Conservative MPs are saying there is many a slip between cup and lip. But they have been put on notice for a possible announcement by Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is the leader of the House of Commons. An announcement by him that the House of Commons could potentially sit on Monday or Tuesday next week to pass any possible legislation that would flow from that deal if we get one with the EU. You would get that announcement from Mr. Rees-Mogg before any possible deal with the EU has been agreed. But if you do get that announcement, that would be an important signal of the sense of direction on travel of the possible deal. However, Boris Johnson has said that leaving the European Union without a free trade agreement still remains the most likely outcome as talks continue in Brussels. The Prime Minister told his cabinet on Tuesday that he was committed to continuing negotiations on the remaining areas of disagreement and re-emphasized the desire to strike a deal. His official spokesman told a Westminster briefing, Mr. Johnson re-emphasized the desire to reach a free trade agreement, but not at any cost, and reiterated that any agreement must respect the independence and sovereignty of the UK. The Prime Minister made clear that not being able to reach an agreement and ending the transition period on Australian-style terms remained the most likely outcome, but committed to continuing to negotiate on the remaining areas of disagreement. The spokesman also insisted that there remained enough time to pass legislation if a deal is reached to come into force at the end of the transition period.